Hey, what's up, everybody? My name is Thabo Moloi, and I want to chat to you about something that I really find extremely important when it comes to building a business, and that is the art of pitching. 9 times out of 10, people miss a deal, fail to close a client because they haven't taken the time to master and learn the art of pitching. And it's not as complicated and as scary as a lot of people make it out to be. In fact, it is extremely simple, and when you apply certain principles, it can be extremely effective in helping you build your business that much more quicker. Now, there are key things that I want to share with you. The first thing is empathy. It is one of the most, if not the most important characteristics you need to have as a pitcher or a salesperson. You need to be able to empathize. You need to be able to put yourself in your target audience's shoes. Understand what they're thinking, understand what they're feeling, understand what is important to them, understand effectively what they would like to hear. And when you empathize, you're then able to frame the conversation in a way that is relevant. And that's the other thing. You need to be relevant. And relevance comes from using language that your audience can understand. So don't get carried away in trying to impress people with technical terms and jargon and using bombastic words that nobody understands. You need to be concise, you need to be simple, but you need to be impactful by using a language that people can understand and resonate with. So relevance is extremely important. The other thing to understand is that people are emotional before they are rational. So you need to appeal to people's feelings and emotions before you can appeal to people's intellect and psyche and logic. All right? So how you make people feel is of utmost important, if not the most important thing, then how you make people logically come to a conclusion of buying your product. So are you warm? Are you welcoming? Are you friendly? Are you authentic? Are you genuine? Do you give across a vibe that people can connect with easily? Are you easy to talk to? All right. So how you make people feel will ultimately be the make or break of any pitch that you find yourself in. So you want to be mindful of how people are feeling. And the best way to find out how people are feeling is to ask them, genuinely ask them, and find out if people are having a crappy day, then you're gonna have to work hard to uplift their moods, or you're might need to strategically reconsider setting up another date, find out why, where their stress points, and maybe that can be another opportunity. But speak to people's emotions. And when you speak to people's emotions, it allows you to connect that much more deeper. And when people feel like they can connect with you, that's when they open up themselves and can then easily open up their purses or their wallets. The magic word when it comes to pitching is trust. More especially if you're a complete stranger and you're meeting those investors or those, potential business partners or potential sponsors for the first time. You need to establish a rapport that can only be established by professionalism, by good etiquette, and by showing a genuine passion for what you're trying to sell. And those are the key ingredients that fundamentally in a short space of time will enable you to build trust. Because if people do not trust you, they will not buy from you. So make sure that you can position yourself in a trustworthy manner. Are you dressed accordingly? Have you put your best foot forward? But at the same time, in a way that's not intimidating, in a way that people can resonate and people can relate with. And I think the thing that helps me is that I don't come across as someone who's overtly trying to sell. That's what throws people off. A lot of the time when people think of salesmen or salespeople or saleswomen, they think of someone, trying to push a product down their throat. And that's not a pleasant experience. So what has helped me in my pitches is that I frame my pitch as a conversation. It's called the art of pitching without overtly pitching. So you want to have a conversation. And the key word here is conversation. You don't want to find yourself being the one that is doing most of the talking. You want to invite your audience to participate in your pitch by asking you questions. Now, people are intimidated by questions, but questions actually are what will position you for that much more success. Because when someone asks you a question, it means they're interested. It means that they are revealing things that are important to them that when you can address will enable you to sell that much more better. So don't be intimidated by questions. At the end of the day, if someone asks you something that you do not know the answer to, the best response is to be honest, to let them know that you might not have the answer right now, but given the chance, you will make sure that you get the answer and you get back to them. And that's exactly what you need to do. So be empathetic, right? Have empathy, empathize. Understand what your target audience is feeling, what they're going through, their mindset, their psychology. Understand not only the demographics, but the psychographics of your target audience, and that will enable you to be relevant. Relevance is critically important. You want to make sure that you're speaking in a language that resonates best, in a language that's simple, that's concise, but that is impactful. You need to then understand that people are emotional before they are rational. So you need to speak to people's emotions and make sure that you give people a warm, good feeling. Because like Maya Angelou says, people will forget all kinds of things about you. They will forget your name, they will forget where you're from, they will forget all kinds of things, but they will never, ever, ever forget how you made them feel. So be mindful of that and use that in your pitch to land your message that much more effectively. The other thing that's important to understand is that pitching is a conversation. You don't want to be, overtly selling, trying to push products down people's throats, but you want to have a conversation. And in that conversation, you want people to reveal their problems, their pressure points, their needs, and find opportunities that you can use or position your product or services to sell or close those gaps or those needs. And in that conversation, the message that you need to land is a message of value. This is what makes or breaks a pitch. It doesn't matter how eloquent you are and how well spoken and articulate and how smooth you are and how impressive your PowerPoint presentation is. At the end of the day, the most important thing is the value that you are adding. And I promise you, when you're adding value, you'll always be closing. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Be sure to drop your comments. Be sure to share this if you think it will benefit your community. And be sure to follow and subscribe to our pages to keep up with the awesome content that we are putting together. Thank you so much for your support. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video. Take care, and I'll check you out in the next video.